Oh, hello. Welcome. How are you all? I keep coming back to this topic of a hustle culture, mainly because it's pervasive, right? Like it's everywhere, and because it pisses me off. So I like to talk about it and try to get us off of it. And I hate the idea that doing more, right? Doing it all is a solution for what success looks like. Like that's the definer of success. And I guess in many ways it depends on what your definition is of success. And I know for me that I don't need to do it all to be successful because doing it all is way too unspecific for me, right? And it sounds kind of like a hellscape. And I feel like that we need to encourage ourselves to be more specific with our goals, with our dreams, with what success looks like. So we can target this time and energy and focus on what we actually want. So I know for me, success looks like this. It's about having enough money to live the lifestyle that I want to live and have the things that I want to have, right? Like I'm unashamed of that want. I know that success is about feeling love and joy and independence in my life. I recognize that they're not going to be all there all the time, but they're going to weave in and out of each other. And if there's not enough of that, that's a challenge for me. I also know that success means having enough means to support my family in the way that I want to and in the way that they need to be supported. And then finally, success means making an impact on those clients and the community and the issues that really matter to me. So I think it's important to figure out what success looks like for you and then define what you do based on that. So to have these things, to sustain them, I know that I need to be well. I need to be strong. I need to be focused with my time and my attention and my energy. And hustling just ain't going to get me there. So, welcome back. We are here at the Impact in Action Conversation Series where we talk with leaders and entrepreneurs about the mindset shifts and the tactical approaches that you need to help put your impact into action. Now, I am Marianne Lombardi. I am the founder and CEO of Marianne Lombardi Coaching, and I'm an author. I'm a mom, single parent, empty nester, right? And I help women and non-binary entrepreneurs ditch that work-life balance lie so that they can build a business that is in alignment with a life that they choose. And banishing hustle culture takes commitment. It's easy to get drawn back into it if you're around content and people that make you feel like you're never doing enough. So today we are going to be talking about practical wellness tips that are going to help you keep that toxic hustle thing out of your life. And we're going to do that with the wonderful Dr. Elizabeth Weigandt, who I'm going to bring in right now. Dr. Elizabeth, how are you?
I am doing fabulous. How are you?
I am doing incredibly well today.
Awesome. Good to
Yeah,
hear. I
yeah,
love that intro. I'm like, yes. So just shaking my head. Yes, girl.
yeah.
Um,
I appreciate that. I would love for you to share a little bit about what you do and why the heck wellness matters to you.
yeah, absolutely. So I am Dr. Elizabeth Weigandt. I am a women's hormone and gut health guru and functional nutrition expert. So I empower ambitious women who are feeling overwhelmed, fatigued, short on time to optimize their energy levels, reclaim their libido, and move in confidence. And I do this through what I call my wellness trifecta in mind, body, and spirit. So to me, wellness is looking at you as a whole woman and treating her as such. So the mind, body, spirit connection is truly a nourishment of your temple in ways that blend together the nutritional components. So, working with that functional nutrition piece, and also the spiritual component of all of us. And that's because we are all spiritual beings. And to me, when I think of wellness, oftentimes that piece gets forgotten. And
Mhm.
I bring that trifecta together, and I absolutely love the work that I do. Like, it lights my soul on fire being able to witness the transformations that take place with these women, and I'm honored as well to be a part of that. So
Yeah.
that's a little bit about me, and what I do.
Yeah, I love that. In listening to you, it makes me think about wellness as a tool
Yeah.
to achieve whatever it is that you're working towards, and then
Mhm.
wellness as something you embody, right? Like,
Mhm.
and the distinctions between those two things, because I think that I've always thought of wellness as a tool, right? And
Mhm.
which I think is fine up to a point, but listening to you, it makes me think, well, maybe I should be sort of shifting my sense of what wellness is into a more kind of holistic beingness, right? Like, I am being well independent of what that wellness allows me to achieve, that it isn't necessarily just something that is there in order for me to do.
Yes, absolutely. And it's such a great point. And honestly, that's exactly it, right? It is a tool, but it is also a piece of you. It
Mm.
it is you as a whole. And um with with everything that I do, it's always so eye-opening, even for me, with seeing the shifts that occur for women. So I'm in the middle of my masterclass, which I think we're going to talk about here in a minute, but um, we're in day 4 of it. And already I notice an energetic shift in the women that are there from day 1 to day 4. And we're, hosting sessions for, it's supposed to be 30 minutes, but they've been going a little bit longer because we're having meaningful conversations and building community, which is a whole different part of wellness as well. But I just, I can't get over it. Every time I host a masterclass, I'm always amazed by that piece alone.
Yeah.
So it's just, I love it.
Yeah.
Absolutely
Well,
love it.
it's interesting to me that you say that, because I do think that that part of our job as coaches, and a part of somebody else's team, really, in helping them get where it is that they're trying to go and build that dream, or solve that problem, or feel
Mhm.
a certain way, is about witnessing and participating in that transformation for somebody else.
Oh,
But
yeah.
the other side of it is the transformation. The flip side of the transformation is, of course, watching that transformation happen and how that transforms you.
Yes.
And sometimes I forget that, right? Like, I'll forget that, where I have like this amazing conversation with a client, or even not with a client, but somebody who has reached out for advice or something, and they
Mhm.
have one of those light bulbs, or they feel like, they have permission now, or something happens, and I just feel this little exchange
Yeah.
of energy from
Mhm.
that in and of itself. So I can imagine for you, that's a big piece of the work that you're doing as well.
Oh yeah, most definitely. It really is. Like today my heart is just so full. I'm like it's exploding. I'm so happy. And I love it. It is a two-way street for sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So how did you get interested in being in the wellness space? Like, why wellness? I mean, your doctor is it from a
Yeah,
PharmD space,
RMD.
or yeah.
Yeah.
So why jump out of kind of the traditional PharmD world life and into this entrepreneur space and
Yeah.
wellness specifically?
Yeah. So really I have always been more interested in helping others through lifestyle changes
Mm,
from very, very early on, even when I was in pharmacy school. And I graduated, got out in the field, and really was in the practice of it all, and felt like I ran into a brick wall when I first started. And part of that had to do with the fact that that piece of lifestyle changes through exercise, through nutrition, through different supplements, that wasn't being discussed to my knowledge in the doctor's office. And then when I was practicing as a pharmacist in the community setting, I honestly had very limited time to speak to that, and it was so frustrating because i'm
mm,
i'm very passionate about that. These chronic health conditions that are deemed to be lifelong, like type 2 diabetes or high cholesterol or high blood pressure don't necessarily have to be that way. If you start taking a look at what you're fueling your body with and how you're treating your body, those things can be eliminated.
Mm.
So that was really hard for me to like have that realization. And then I became a mother. I went through traumatic experiences, birth experiences with both of my girls. I had postpartum anxiety and postpartum depression with my first, and then with my second, she had to be placed in the pediatric ICU when she was only 10 days old. And then I had to go back to work and pretend like everything's fine, and it really wasn't. My body wasn't healed. My mental health wasn't okay. I was still very scared for my daughter. Even though she was fine, like she's healthy and thriving. She's the one that's home with me today, faking sick. And and then I ended up becoming sick with mastitis, and I was placed in the hospital myself. And at that point, my oldest was she had just turned 2, and my youngest was maybe 11 weeks old. And I was by myself in the hospital room, and I realized I wasn't serving in my purpose. I had that time, that quiet time to myself, and just had that epiphany. And I also had the epiphany that my experiences happen to a lesser or greater extent to women all over the world.
Mm.
And that was, again, like it hit me like a ton of bricks. And I'm just like, that my purpose is to empower women. This is my purpose. It's to guide them and truly empower them through healing and coming home to themselves.
Mm.
And
Yeah.
that's where everything started for me. And motherhood was just this huge blessing for me, because I don't know if things would have happened the way that they did. I don't know where I would be today. And they literally are. They're these tiny little miracles that come into your life for so many different reasons. So that's
Yeah.
a little bit with my story.
Yeah, it's interesting to me, those life-changing things, right? Like for
Mhm.
some of us who may be parents, our children can be that. And I know for me, my kid was something that woke me up to some things I needed to do.
Yeah.
For others, it may be other life events that happen that really set them on a path where they go, oh man, this ain't working out right. I need to shift some stuff up, right?
Yeah.
And something happens in that silence, right? Like you're talking about being alone in that moment, you know and there's that space, and that silence allowed you to be a part of that journey of you figuring that out. I think finding space like that sometimes is even part of that wellness, right? It's like
Yeah.
being able to carve out those moments where you can allow yourself to think, and breathe and
So
feel
important.
something that's different,
Yeah.
tap into something that may be different.
Absolutely. And
Yeah. So I know
and
you're working on a workshop, right? Masterclass right now.
yes.
Can you tell
Yeah.
people a little bit about the masterclass, and then I want to get into some tips.
Yeah.
I want people to leave this going like, I am going to do this, that, and the other. And while I do that, I'm going to jump into Dr. Elizabeth's, masterclass and watch the replay.
Yes, absolutely. So my masterclass this week, it's called the Aligned Woman Masterclass. It is for all women to learn the secrets to thrive in every phase of life and tame your hormones. So this is about a reclamation of the womb. This is about a liberation of the divine feminine. And this is also about truly nurturing yourself and taking care of you and conquering your hormones, because I know that um, it can be a little noisy out there with different advice and recommendations, and get confusing with what should I follow, what should I be doing. So I'm bringing this class to all women to participate in and really trust their body, get confident with themselves, get out of the diet culture and into just simplicity when it comes to nutrition, and really be able to navigate their flow, their cycles with ease, and just alleviate a lot of like the stigma that's thrown our way and the societal pressures that are thrown our way as well. So it's a beautiful little class that I absolutely love to teach, because it's everything that I educate my clients on in a nice like package deal, like a little week long class, which I'm extending out till next Tuesday. So there's extra time to jump in.
Oh, that sounds really powerful.
Yeah.
And it sounds really important, that stuff about getting in touch with your body, because I think we don't really, um, I mean, we don't really talk about our hormones, right?
Right.
Like, we don't really talk about, I mean, we can all talk about, diet culture, or talk about these kind of things, but I think the
Mhm.
stuff around your hormones and your libido and you just don't really talk about that stuff. And I think sometimes you don't talk about it because you don't really know what to say,
Yeah.
you know?
Mhm.
So I think that's really great that you're making space for these conversations to happen, right?
Yeah, they're so necessary, honestly. And this whole week, it's just been, I'm just like, literally, my heart is so full. I know I said that already, but the conversations that we're having, the community that we're building right now is off the charts, and I absolutely love it. And being able to, again, witness these women is incredible.
Yeah, so Joanna is asking, when is the master class, and how can folks take part, get in it?
Yeah, so masterclass is going on. It started on Monday. There are replays. Replays will be available until next Thursday. And I can give you the link. I'll put it in the comments if that
Great.
works
Yeah,
after
that'd
this
be great.
video, to sign up. And it is completely free. It's a free class for you to just really get an education like you probably never have before when it comes to women's wellness, and just, again, that femininity piece that we need to unearth within all of us.
Yeah, yeah, and people also on LinkedIn here, you can go directly to Elizabeth's profile, and you'll see the link right there on her profile as well. For
Yes.
folks that are just jumping into this idea of wellness, and maybe who are, don't have, like me necessarily, don't have a sophisticated idea of this full sense of what wellness is, and what is a great place to start, right?
Mhm.
That for them to just start something they can just start doing now
Mhm.
to help starting getting in touch with their wellness.
Oh, so I actually, and it's so simple.
We like
I
simple.
act
Simple is good. Simple is not always easy though.
right. So I actually recommend that everyone start your day with a glass of lemon water. And the reason being, I know, easy, right? Like, okay, so that's cool, but why? So, reason being, your body has slept hopefully about 7 to 8 hours throughout the night. You're waking up dehydrated, and your cells need that replenishment of water. Additionally, most of us are walking around with adrenal fatigue, which is being in a state of chronic fatigue, essentially. So you're waking up tired, like you
Mm,
can't roll out of bed, like you can't get up to your alarm. You don't want to start your day. You just want to go back to sleep. That's a really good sign of adrenal fatigue. And then also being tired throughout the day, feeling like you need caffeine throughout the entire day, and then going to bed severely depleted. So when you're incorporating that lemon water, what you're doing is you're helping your adrenal glands function better, because with adrenal fatigue, you're dumping cortisol into your body. And that is a hormone that is in response to stress. And most of us are in hustle culture, which is stress mode, which is um, the hustle and grind, go mode, and you're dumping cortisol, which causes inflammation. It causes the chronic fatigue. It causes other issues with insulin resistance, which can lead to just other problems down the line, like type 2 diabetes. um, so with that, you're also dumping magnesium, and magnesium is really important in our bodies for about 300 different metabolic functions. For women, it's really important for PMS and period health. It's actually, they've scientists are suggesting that magnesium deficiency is the leading cause of PMS problems, like all PMS problems. So breast tenderness, mood swings, acne. So anything like that going on, bloating, that sort of thing, it's probably caused by a magnesium deficiency. So long story long here, when you incorporate that lemon water, you're helping your adrenal glands, you're helping replenish your cells. You're going into your day and starting it in a mode that isn't in chronic fatigue. So that's something to think about. Don't drink coffee first. Drink lemon water. And then, oh, here she comes. And then another thing too I suggest is even before coffee, have something to eat. And protein is really important. Can you not do that right now? That's loud. Can you have quiet? You can come over here. You want to come over here? Come here.
So it sounds like we've got waking up in the morning, start with lemon water, right?
Yeah.
Don't start with your coffee.
Right.
Add some piece of protein in there to start your day before you jump into something else.
Yes, exactly. That is exactly what it is. And that's going to help just with your hormones in general. It's going to help with you feeling energized throughout the day. So it's simple, it's quick, and you can do it. I believe in you.
Yeah, I appreciate that. All right, one more thing. After we've done lemon water, we've had like a hard-boiled egg or whatever our protein is.
Yeah.
And then what do we do? What's one other thing we could do during the day that's going to impact our wellness?
Yeah. So another thing too would be to get up and move around, walk around, and get your body moving. So I know for me, I sit a lot. So I'm trying to be cognizant of the fact that I need to get up and move my body. That's going to get you energized. And then if you can, go outside and do it. Oh, girl. Get outside and do that, because the sunlight exposure is going to help with your mood. It will give you more energy. And then, Olivia, can you stop, please? And then the sun will also help with vitamin D3 production, which is important for hormone health. It helps with preventing inflammation and your immune system.
Okay, I love this. This is great. So you're saying lemon water, protein in the morning, and get a dog.
Get a dog.
Right? Because that'll solve the walking problem, right? Like just get a dog, because it'll come up and tell you it's time to go out and remind you that you have to walk around. I appreciate that advice. That sounds great.
Yes.
So let us know one more time how people can find the workshop and how they can connect with you. Maybe they can't do the workshop, but what's the best way to connect with you so they can learn more about the services that you provide and be a part of your community and your world?
Yeah, so to connect with me, I'm on LinkedIn. That is where I hang out most of the time. So it's Dr. Elizabeth Weigandt, as you see on the screen. You can reach out to me through the messaging. I will answer you. And then if you want to get involved in the masterclass, you can find in my featured section, you can find the link to get signed up. I will put it in the comments. But those are just a few places where you can get in touch with me and get started with your hormone balancing journey and all that goodness.
That sounds great. And just so you know that Veronica is going to get a dog. She's put that in the comments. So we all need to hold her accountable for the dog. All right.
All right,
so
Veronica.
let's all check in on Veronica to make sure on LinkedIn that she's actually following through and getting a dog. I know she needs a dog and might not be able to get a dog, but I'm just saying, we're going to follow up with her every once in a while. Like, did you get a dog yet? So, Dr. Elizabeth, thank you so much for taking time with us. And is that Olivia?
Yes, this is Olivia.
Olivia, thank you for coming. It's good to see you.
See, thank you. Oh, you got a boo-boo.
Oh,
you got a boo-boo.
That's all right. It happens to all of us.
Yeah, I'll help you. All right.
All right. Well, thank you so much. And we will see you soon, and have a wonderful rest of your day with the masterclass.
Thank you so much. Take care.
All right. Bye.